To start off, the personal involvement with the team and the group. My involvement in the project was to both participate and mainly lead during the meetings. I also help organize, discuss the stock performance, and guide the group towards a strong decision for the experience. It was different in many previous group projects because every decision required an agreement from all the members, and we had to come up to a solid agreement unanimously. I consider our finance project a team rather than just a group. We shared common goal growing $100,000 in our investment portfolio. We worked together to make decisions. Each member contributed ideas and information that influenced the final choices, not just based on our own personal opinions. We were a group throughout this whole process. Each member played a unique role through the project. I served primarily as a leader and the facilitator for the overall project, keeping everyone in check. Evan often acted as an evaluator and risk analysis. He also asked questions about stock performance and encouraged the group to consider risk before making decisions. Noah served as a researcher and information provider. We gathered information about stocks and shared market updates throughout the week. The observer role also changed interactions within the group. When each member served as observers, they focused more on monitoring communication patterns, participation rather than actively leading the discussions. Several norms emerged throughout the project. One norm was all investment decisions had to be agreed upon unanimously. Another form was attending scheduled meetings or reviewing portfolio performance together on a daily basis for the 3 days. Informal norms also developed. We listened respectfully and valued each other's opinions and input throughout the whole project. The attendance remained consistent throughout the project. We all met accordingly, talked throughout all of our ideas, and remained respectful as each one. Our group primarily used a democratic leadership style. Although I served as a leader during most meetings, every member had equal input and say so throughout the whole project. Status and power distribution. The status and power was distributed fairly throughout the whole project. As a leader, I held some legitimate power because I organized the meetings, guided decisions. However, decisions were not made by one person. Noah demonstrated expert power because he researched the stocks and gave us overall updates throughout the days. He made a strong decision in following certain stocks and giving us valuable input. I did not observe any significant power struggles throughout the project. Instead, members used their own knowledge and past experience in the stock market to communicate throughout the whole project. Some interactions patterns changed throughout the project. During the first meeting, communication was more centralized because members were becoming familiar with one another. We've never met on a one-on-one basis, so we're just trying to get to know each other and kind of fill each other out. By the second meeting, things were getting more balanced and we were able to interact fairly and be able to talk about the previous day, about the stock performance, and overall communicating very well with each other. We then, on the next day, communicated very fairly throughout the whole day and the meeting. We were able to come up with a strong idea of where we're moving with our portfolio and to finish off the project strong. The group development moved through 4 stages. First, during the meeting, we were in a forming stage. We all introduced ourselves, our ideas, and our initial investment strategies. During the second meeting, we entered the storming stage. Some differences in opinion emerged. We had lashed those out, be able to communicate very well throughout the whole project and what's best for the group. As we worked through those disagreements, we moved to a norming stage, establishing expectations for the communication and decision making. By the final meeting, we reached the performance stage. Communication was smooth, responsibilities were understood, and decisions were made effectively. I believe our group was effective in our decision making and overall group capacity. We were solid. The agenda and reflective thinking process. Our meetings generally follow the same structure agenda. We review the performance portfolio, then we discuss the available options we have, then we evaluate the risk and benefits, coming to a final decision based off all that information. This process closely followed reflective thinking process because we identified issues, analyzed information, considered alternatives, and select the best course of action for our overall group performance. Overall, I believe our group is successful. We maintained consistent attendance, communicated effectively, and reached decisions collaboratively. We remained focused on the single-handed goal of making money throughout the whole project. We stuck to that and made ethical decisions based on that. We ended up making around $200 throughout the week, which is not a big come up, but based off stock movements, it's always unpredictable at sometimes. It was a pretty slow week, so nothing was moving extremely high. So we just kept to our guns and we stayed with what we had. The aspect I was most pleased with was the level of participation from all the members. We all contributed the same amount, and we were all in on this project. One area that could obviously be improved is spending more time researching additional investment options. It was some of our first times investing, so we didn't really know what kind of options we had and what kind of say so we had with these stocks. If I completed this assignment again, I would increase the amount of stock research conducted before this, so we come into the meeting more prepared and rational with our decisions. Coming in not as prepared led to some kind of disagreements in the beginning, but those were overall lashed out at the end. These changes would help improve decision making and provide additional information for evaluating the results. Overall, we did well as a group, and I'm very thankful for what we've accomplished. Thank you.